what other areas in the country are getting, quickly how to review an offer, compulsory integration, Chris and I will tag team on that, gas industry business models, why things are a lot more complicated than what's here on the surface, and then the current status, what's affecting what's happening now or not happening. So your basic rent and royalty, a lot of you have signed leases. I know a lot of you have already received your lease bonus or your signing bonus. As far as the IRS is concerned, there's no bonus about it. They'll take your money anyway, but as far as they're concerned, it's rent. Okay, they're principally paying for the right to come in and rent and have access to your property. And it's dollars per acre for a period of time, and that's during the primary term. So quite a few of you have your hands up, so I think you know what I'm talking about there. Here's the primary term, and that just covers that period. Most of you, I'm guessing, 5 years. Is that pretty standard? Okay. That's standard for here. That's not standard in other parts of the country, and we'll talk about that. The secondary term is when they're collecting royalties. That means the royalties are a percentage of the value of the gas that's removed from the property during the secondary. So at this point, here's the primary getting 5 years. Let's say towards the end of the 5th year they drilled, and now you're collecting royalties. That secondary term, you notice there's an arrow at the far end. Ideally, that will continue for a long time. But that's where that generational issue comes in. So you're not going to be the only ones collecting royalties. So will your kids and your grandkids, and maybe even beyond that. We have a lot of gas here. We have several formations that have gas. So this is going to be here for a long time. The royalties is where the real money is. If you talk to anybody in this business, that's where the real money is. And this is Ewing I was talking about in Colorado. I happened to be there when she got a call from the company offering to sign up a lease with her. And to give you an idea of how much she has. She has, when I was there, she had 190 wells. She also owns her own gas and oil company. By now, she probably has 3 times that. But as soon as the guy brought up the signing bonus, she started using some bad words that I was surprised an 80-year-old woman was using, but basically she was telling them, forget their signing bonus. She knows the money's in the royalties. That's what she was driving at. She wanted to get close to a 30% royalty. She could care less about the bonus. It's a different viewpoint from what we're used to here. You talk to somebody that's experienced in this game, they know the money's in the royalties. They couldn't care less about the signing bonus. So here's an example. Here's somebody making $50,000 a year from other sources. They sign, they get the bonus, the lease bonus up front, and they sit around waiting for the gas company to come in and drill. They finally drill, and then the income stream looks something like this, and we'll explain that in a second. It's due to a decline rate curve. Anybody here ever hear of a decline rate curve? Okay, this is what the experience was. This is what happens if you open up that valve wide open. What's going to happen? It is not a level amount of gas coming out of that well for years and years and years. It is not that at all. It will look something like this. You notice the sharp drop off. This is over a 10-year period, and this is from Chesapeake. It starts out at 4 million cubic feet per day, and within a year it's down to 1.25 or so. Huge drop off. Those checks drop with it. Okay. Anybody here collect any royalties from any TBR, Trenton Black River wells or anything like that? If you did, you probably know what I'm talking about. So that explains this decline right here. This is from a family reunion. Somebody at our reunion said, I traveled to Pennsylvania and visited a guy who only got $50 an acre, so he was sorry he did that. But now he's getting $87,000 per month. Well, let me tell you, there is no per month in this business. If you get the same check from month to month, something's wrong, okay? It varies. Every month is going to be different.